Carrington Cardinal basketball is brought to you by Gar Dental, Central City Lumber, CHI, St. Alexius Carrington Medical Clinic, Professional Eye Care Centers, Carrington Drug, Headlocks, Arrowwood Prairie Co-op, Beckett Insurance, Sendak, Passett Motors, Bank Forward in Carrington, High Plains Equipment, Carrington Dental Care, Leading Edge Equipment, Dakota Central, Old National Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Hoey Agent, Retzlaff Seed and Supply, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition, Central Pharmacy, Central City H2O Plus, and Summit Physical Therapy. Now, Carrington Cardinal basketball.
We welcome you to the East Gymnasium at Carrington High School tonight. A new beginning for Carrington Cardinal boys basketball. The Randy Hoey era begins, and it begins with a stern test as the 2025-26 season has its curtain raised with a visit from the Devil's Lake Firebirds. Happy to have you with us as Cardinal basketball on the radio tonight and also on YouTube. Mike Side, Benny Rappel, BJ Walters with you. And Benny, it is truly a new beginning. This is a new coaching staff. This is a really new roster, mainly because of football injuries, and that presents new opportunities.
Right, it's definitely going to be a big test for this first game of the season for them, as they got a lot to prove and they got a lot to figure out with these new starters, and honestly begin the beginning of hopefully a great season.
This is already a difficult enough region, but then you lose Andrew Matt to a shoulder injury, Cody Otto to a labrum injury, and an ACL injury to Justin Hone, and all of a sudden there are going to be times this year where players that do not have a high school credit are going to be in the game.
Right, there's definitely going to be, Carrington doesn't have very many numbers, but that means that everyone's got to be stepping up, as they got a lot of people that are going to have to prove what they're worth.
Well, Devil's Lake has more than proven over the first 2 years of three-class basketball what they are worth. The state champions in 23-24. Last year, they will tell you very openly, very honestly, there's no excuse for what happened in the state championship game.
Right, Devil's Lake has definitely been a great team for the past few years, and they have a great team tonight, and Carrington's going to have a lot of work to do if they're going to be able to stop this Devil's Lake team.
If you're new to this, Devil's Lake led Kindred in the state championship game in the second quarter by 26 points and lost the championship in March. That's what I'm referencing when I tell you everyone in Devil's Lake says that was ridiculous. It should have never happened, but they allowed it to happen, and frankly, Kindred made it happen.
Right, Kindred was also definitely a great team, and Devil's Lake's now, they're trying to put that past them and focus on the next championship.
Well, they're already 2-0. They've already beaten two AA teams, and their big three, Ben Brodina, Max, and Mason Palmer, average just a cool 55 points per game. That's the challenge awaiting the Cardinals tonight. Before we take our first break, let us pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the voice of the Cardinals.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK, Carrington, and FM 100.1 K261EW, Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
This is not the only thing going on tonight. When we come back, we'll take a look at the preseason poll and give you a look at what's happening tonight in Region 2. We'll do all of that when Cardinal basketball continues after this.
Gar Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Gar Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Gar Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Gar Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300. Gar Dental.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
Cardinals and Devils Lake Firebirds coming up in the season opener in 2025 for the Cardinals. A lot of teams have already played some games, including Devils Lake. You're looking right now on YouTube at the preseason Class A poll as distributed by the media. Kindred, the preseason favorite, although they finally have to replace some crucial players. Carson Osee, for instance, is now playing at UND. So they're finally having to do that. Beulah second, then these Firebirds, and then Four Winds Minnewacan. There's also Grafton in the receiving votes category. That's 3 Region 2 teams. And Vinny, it looks like again, while the region is larger, the top of it is really good again.
Right, there's definitely some very high-quality teams in this top 5, and I think it's all neck and neck between all of them. They're all so good that anyone that has a good night could end up winning against a big team.
Let's take a look at what's going on tonight in the region, and you've got matchups between Kindred and Hillsborough Central Valley at the Hillsborough Event Center. This is an interesting one to me. I think, my own personal opinion, I think Central Cass is going to be pretty good. I think Matt Norman has a good team this year. They're at Grafton tonight. Very intriguing matchup there tonight in Grafton. Here an intriguing matchup. It's Carrington and it's Devils Lake. And on the backside of this break, our pregame visit with Cardinal first game head coach Randy Hoey. And we will do that in just a moment when Cardinal basketball continues after this.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
love,
acute care, clinic.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jango, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Back in the Central City, a new era is upon us as Carrington opens against Devils Lake, and we're joined by new Cardinal head coach Randy Hoey, and there's only so much practicing you can do before you just want to get out there, so I'm sure you guys are excited.
Yeah, you could tell yesterday in practice and even Sunday night that the guys were really excited that a game was upon us finally, and, but it was nice not having that first week, too, of a game and being able to get a couple extra practices in, especially with my first year and throwing some extra things in, and, then we had weather last week, which made it even better to not have a game last week. But the boys are really excited to get on the court, and so are we.
You guys have been working really hard in preseason. I've been fortunate enough to watch a few practices, and you can tell what your team's mentality is going to be by the fact that you very rarely have a basketball out. This has to be a defense-first, intense style of basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try to lead, defense first, like you just said, and try to create some offense from our defense. And, the offense will come, but we need to be sound on defense before we can get anywhere else.
So I guess on that note, how different will your style be than what it was these last couple years?
Yeah, a little bit different. I like to kind of run more of a pack type defense. We're going to pack it in, try to eliminate the dribble drives as much as we can. We're going to try to get out and trap some ball screens, stuff like that, if we have the potential to do that, which will be really imperative tonight. The 2 Palmer boys and Brodina, they're very, very good going to the hoop, and we need to try to get the ball out of their hands as much as we can, and hopefully we can do that.
They do have 2 games under their belt. You mentioned Brodina and the Palmers. They have averaged 55 points per game through 2. That's not too shabby. They've also beaten a couple AA teams. That's not too shabby. There's a lot to like about Devils Lake.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're fun to watch. They're well coached. But at the end of the day, you got to come out and you got to compete with them. And we need to take that next step. Last year we took a little, another step, and this year we need to take another step with them. So hopefully tonight we can make that happen.
You mentioned that game last year. Is that kind of the idea tonight? Just hang around for as long as you possibly can on the back of getting quality shots and forcing turnovers when you can.
Yeah, we need to stay in this game as long as we can. We talked about that yesterday in practice, that we can't afford to go down early and have dry spells without any, offensive makes and stuff like that. We can't have scoring droughts. We have to be able to stay in this game as long as we can, and hopefully by the end of it, we're still there and we can make something happen.
This might be a loaded question. The Palmers and Brodina, what are they best at?
A lot. They're good at going to the hoop. They're pretty good shooters. Max Palmer's a very good shooter. Mason Palmer's probably a little stronger going to the hoop, and Ben is really strong going to the hoop as well. And we need to make sure that we try to eliminate as much as we can and try to get the ball out of their hands.
Do you get a chance to soak this all in before it tips off?
Yeah, absolutely. The C Squad game will be kind of fun to watch here. The JV game for us, they brought their C Squad, which is great. We'll have a nice competitive, especially with our young guys, 7th and 8th graders, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be fun to see a big crowd here. There's a bunch of Just for Dance girls and everything going on, so we should have a big crowd, and it should be a great night.
We'll have some fun out there, and good luck.
All right, thanks, BJ.
That's Cardinal head coach Randy Hoey joining us, and the Bassett Motors starting lineups are next when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Carrington Drug, your independently owned Good Neighbor Pharmacy, salutes caregivers everywhere. The ones who aid an aging parent or nurturing a sick child. The fact is, we are all caregivers at different times, and your community pharmacist is ready to go above and beyond to support you with encouragement and guidance, good times and bad. Visit with Matt Paulson and his expert staff at Carrington Drug, 415 Main Street in Carrington, caring for you and our community.
Cardinals and Firebirds coming up. And it's now time for tonight's Bassett Motors starting lineups. Bassett Motors has a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. The sales crew offers friendly personal service. Bassett Motors, where customers send their friends. Call today, 652-2955. First, for the visitors, the third-ranked Devils Lake Firebirds. At a guard, a 6-foot senior, Max Palmer, averaging 16 a game. Another guard, 6'2 sophomore Ben Brodina, averaging 15 points, 3.5 rebounds a game. And the third guard is 6-foot sophomore Mason Palmer, 24 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2.5 steals per game. Briar Exner is a guard and a forward. He can play either one. 6-foot senior, averaging 7.5 points and 11 rebounds per game to go, with 3.5 assists and 2.5 steals per game. And the forward is 6-foot senior Cade Fee, 2 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists for Dustin Brodina, who the win over Jamestown was his 100th game in charge of the Firebirds. He's 69-31, assisted by Patrick Thomas, Nick Krill, and Tim Oxendahl. Carrington lined it up this way at a guard, a 6'3 junior, Ewan Aberley. Half a point, half an assist in 10 games last year. Maddox McAloney, 6'4 senior, swing position, 10 points, 5 boards a game last year. 6'4 junior guard, Talon Merring, 12 points, 3.5 rebounds, and assist and a half last year. The forwards, Tate Wolski, 6'1 senior, 6 points, 3.5 rebounds, 2 assists per game. And the center is Alec Threadgold, 6'5 junior, 4.5 points, 3.5 rebounds per game last year. For first game head coach Randy Hoey, he was the assistant under Jason Otto. His assistants are Brett McAloney and John Otis. And we will have the opening tip of the 2025 season when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks, Carrington, North Dakota.
There's no community like a Cenex community. That's why every Cenex store is proud to serve theirs by supporting local athletic teams, promoting the arts, and making sure each store is a place its neighbors can find what they need, catch up with their friends, and stay connected. It's also why we give back, helping to make the wonderful places we call home the best they can be. the store next door, powered locally at Cenex.
Visit your local Arrowwood Prairie Co-op in Carrington, Wimbledon, Cooperstown, and Sutton.
When you're thinking about insurance, think of Bickett Insurance. Bickett Insurance, through our partnership with Auto Owners Insurance, can take care of your farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance needs. The agents at Bickett Insurance have over 115 years of insurance experience. We know how to design policies to protect the things important to you. Give Bickett Insurance a call today.
Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency. Better get Bickett. Bickett Insurance Agency.
Back in Carrington, it's Devils Lake and the Cardinals. Devils Lake are in fire red jerseys with white numbers and letters outlined in black. The Cardinals in white with cardinal red numbers and letters. Cardinals right to left, Devils Lake left to right. On KDAK FM 100.1 AM 1600 The Cardinal at newsdakota.com. On the KDAK The Cardinal mobile app by asking your smart speaker to open KDAK The Cardinal, and on YouTube. Listen, folks, if you can't find us, you're not trying very hard tonight. All right, Vinny, keys to the game. First for Devils Lake.
I think Devils Lake's just got to play to their strengths, as they've been able to dominate the court recently so far, and they're going to be able to get the ball in their playmakers' hands and let them just go make a play.
Draw us up the game plan that pulls this upset.
I think Carrington's going to have to try to do the exact opposite, keep the ball out of those main players' hands, and if they're able to do that and control the paint, I think they got a good chance at this game.
I tell you what, you just called a JV game. And I think you and I at different times during that game looked at each other. There's some serious talent coming for Carrington.
Right, they definitely have some junior high kids that are getting some good experience in the JV games, and that's only going to help them get better to where when they're older, they're going to be able to dominate the floor.
Adrian Otis looks, oh man, and a lot of Carrington people already know that, but Adrian looks like he learns how defenses are playing a little more. He's going to be special.
And yeah, that's absolutely right. He's been able to, he's definitely got some great ball handling skills, especially for his age, and I think he's only going to get better from here.
All right, Vinny will provide us the pictures tonight and the color, since Tate is playing tonight, and the highlights this Sunday on This Week in Carrington Sports on the KDAK The Cardinal YouTube channel. 7 p.m. on Sunday. We'll have a recap of last night's crazy girls game. We'll also have some wrestling in there. A thought from you on the girls' game last night. That was not what anybody expected.
Right, I think a lot of people expected a very high-scoring game, and I think it was quite the opposite, but I think it was just because both defenses played very well, as they were able to stop a lot of shots and get a lot of steals on both sides of the ball. It was Maddock and Carrington both had multiple steals, way too many steals.
Well, the Cardinal girls are in Devils Lake Thursday night for the Region 2 opener. Then they, along with the boys, are here Friday, a doubleheader with Thompson. Vinny, before we get started, look at this crowd. You can't tell me that people are not optimistic about what could be with this basketball team.
Right, I think a lot of people are excited and want to see a great basketball game, and hopefully that's what they're about to get.
Maddox McAloney is going to jump center with Ben Brodina. And welcome to the 2025-26 Cardinal boys basketball season. A new era has begun with McAloney winning the tip. Carrington right to left against a man-to-man. It's Tate Wolski, guarded way up high by Fee. He hands it off, and it's Threadgold at the right elbow. Fakes a handoff. Leads it for McAloney, who keeps his dribble and finds Merritt. Right side, Ewan Aberle. In the post, skip pass picked off by Fee. Threadgold tried to make it. It's stolen by Fee now at the other end. Actually, Talon Gregory is starting for Breyer Exner. Here's a three from the right side that is short for Ben Brodina, rebounded by Alec Threadgold. At the other end, Ewan Averly gets to the baseline and throws it away. A steal for Brodina. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers, and Ben Brodina lays it in. 2-0 on the bank forward scoreboard in favor of the Firebirds. Here is Merring. Left elbow, McAloney. Dribbles right, picks up his dribble and finds Threadgold at 30 feet. Alec back for Merring. Around a screen. Tailing gets doubled. Tries to throw it to Threadgold. It comes to Averly. On the baseline, McAloney spins, kicks. Wolski drives in on feet. Puts it up too strong. Rebound Mason Palmer. Here comes the quarterback of the state championship AA team a month and a half ago. On the right side, it's Fee. Gives up top Gregory. Left side, driving in is Max Palmer. He has it stolen. Tate Wolski to the other end. Will lay it up and in. And we're tied at 2.
Definitely a great steal by Wolski as he was able to capitalize on that steal.
We heard Randy Hoey talk about it. They want to use their defense to get offense. Here's Gregory right wing. Gives to a cutting Max Palmer. Kick out Brodina. He drives the lane and gets hand checked by Ewan Averly. It's the first foul of the ball game, and it's on the first game starter, the junior Averly. 2-2, 5:57 to go, first quarter. Driving in, Palmer, kick, corner to his brother, who buries a 3. Max Palmer makes it 5-2. Merring across the big bird at center court. Dribbling with the left hand, now around a Threadgold screen, pick and roll, picked off. 4 turnovers already. Max Palmer the other way, gives to Mason, his 3 is good. 8-2 Firebirds. 2.5 minutes in on the bank forward scoreboard. It's Merring. And a reach around foul is called on Mason Palmer, his first, team's first. They're very aggressive defensively. Want to try to take advantage of that if you can. McAloney trying to get the ball in. He finally does to Averly. Handoff, Merring. Back to Ewan Averly, who steps into a 3. It's long and taken in by Brodina. Brodina the other way, gives to Mason Palmer down the right side. Mason into the lane, lays it in, 10-2. 5:02 and counting, first quarter, and a good start for Devils Lake. Talon Merring right side. Up top for Tate Wolski. 8 in a row for the Firebirds. Right side, Alec Threadgold skips it too high and another turnover. Well, Vinny, they're not going to win this game with this many turnovers. And a Dactyl timeout is called by Randy Hoey. It will be a 30. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and experience Command IQ today at DakotaCentral.com. A quick timeout called by Randy Hoey because his team's already got 5 turnovers.
Right, it's definitely a rough start for Carrington, as Devils Lake's been doing exactly what they were probably hoping to do when they came in, which is get the ball to their playmakers and let them make the shots on their own, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Jamestown turned the ball over 31 times Saturday against Devils Lake.
Well, yeah, well, Devils Lake's they have started with an aggressive defense here, and they are able to keep going on that, and Carrington doesn't figure out it's going to be a long night for Carrington.
10-2, and Devils Lake will have the ball after the latest Cardinal turnover. Look, this is already a team that's beaten 2 AA teams by double figures. It is a tall task tonight. Brodina, right side, Max Palmer drives the baseline and can't finish. Rebound loose, and a held ball will keep it at this end. Tate Wolski got in there against Fee, but couldn't quite rip it away from him. A reset of the shot clock, and a moving screen on the inbound. And that is on Talon Gregory, his first, team second. Carrington with it down by 8. Here's Maddox McAloney. Remember, it took 2.5 quarters for Devils Lake to pull away last year against the Cardinals. Here's Threadgold. Haberly, right side, guarded by Max Palmer. Down to McAloney, who lays it in. Maddox McAloney's first basket, 10-4. Halfway through this first quarter. On the main forward scoreboard, a basket cut by Brodina, fadeaway one-footed jumper off. Rebound Ewan Aberle for Carrington. And here comes Taylor Mehring. Right side, Maddox McAloney. Dribbles between the legs and gives to Mehring. The junior calls the play, taking over for his cousin Josh Bickett. Pick and pop, Threadgold, deflected ball, comes to Wolski, who lays it in, 10-6. And it's 4 in a row for Carrington since the timeout. Up top, Fee, right side, driving is Palmer. Max Palmer, blocked, but a foul is called on Wolski.
Great effort by Tate Wolski as he was just, it was a good block. He was just, must have just been a little too much contact.
Max Palmer shoots a pair. 2-3 dribbles. Palmer, big deep breath, fires, and swishes home the front end, 11-6. Second one up coming for Palmer. On the way and on the board, 12-6. Here's Mehring. Across the timeline, guarded by Brodina. Gets by him. Taylor Mehring to the 10. Floats it up short. Rebound, knocked out of bounds off of Alec Threadgold. It goes to Devil's Lake, but you like the aggressive drive there from Taylor Mehring.
Absolutely. He's going to have to be an aggressive player, and he's going to have a lot of points in this game if they want to keep it close.
He did not score in the alumni game. Of course, who can really tell in an alumni game? Here's Speed. A pop-out three for Gregory is good. A pick-and-pop three, and it's 15-6. Firebirds. 5 minutes in. Here's McAloney driving baseline. He's cut off. Finds Ewan Aberle, who drives left. Stops, gives to a cutting Wolski in the paint. Spinning, firing, and missing over the rim. Rebound Gregory. Here comes Devil's Lake the other way. Gregory leaves it up top for Mason Palmer to Max Palmer. Left side, Brodina, open three. That's a little long. Offensive rebound, put back Fee short, and the rebound comes down to Threadgold. Numbers if they hurry. Wolski makes a great catch, can't finish it. And it comes down to Max Palmer. To Mason Palmer. Skip it right side, wide open three, Brodina is over the rim and rebounded by Fee. Now left side, a three is good for Max Palmer. He's got 8, and it's 18-6, Devil's Lake. Too many opportunities that time. Offensive rebounds. Wolski gives to Ewan Aberle. Here's Mehring, dribbling right, gets to 12 feet, finds Threadgold, free throw line jumper, banked strong, rebound Gregory. 1:40 to go in the quarter, 18-6 Firebirds. A drive by Gregory, poked away by Wolski, stolen by McAloney. Right side, Aberle. Ewan has his pass picked off by Fee, who steps out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Into the lineup for the first time, Alex Hammond, 6'2 sophomore forward for Devil's Lake. And for Carrington, Hayden Hoggle, who in 4 games last year, the 6'2 sophomore forward did not take a shot. Mehring throws it into Wolski, right wing. Back to Mehring for three. A little long, backside rebound. Comes down to Mason Palmer. And here he comes for Devil's Lake. Palmer, corner, a three for Hammond. Skips over the rim, backside, only man there for it, Max Palmer. To Mason Palmer for a three. He's off the front of the rim and rebounded by Mehring. 1:05 first quarter, 18-6 Devil's Lake bank forward scoreboard. McAloney drives to the right elbow, lost it momentarily, regains it, pops from 14, spins it off, rebound Hammond, he's fouled. If it's Wolski, it's his second, and that's who it is. Can't have dry spells, that's what Randy Hoey said in pregame. Right now they're in a dry spell. It's an 8-0 run for Devil's Lake. Straight away, Mason Palmer gives to Max, wide open three, that's good. He's got 11, 21-6. There's a 9-second difference in the clocks. McAloney lost it, stolen. Brodina to the other end. Brodina lays it in. Well, they've got 20 of the 23, the big three, and it's 23-6. Here's Wolski driving, wraparound feed, Hoggle jumper, short, rebound Brodina, and now they can hold for one. Mason Palmer, right side Hammond, back to Mason Palmer against Wolski, who's still in with 2 fouls. Palmer with 5. Drives left, Palmer, kick it, corner, Max Palmer 3. It's good at the buzzer. Max Palmer with 4 threes and 14 points in the quarter, and we have played one with the score, the Devils Lake Firebirds 26, the Carrington Cardinals 6, and Cardinal basketball continues right after this.
Here at Sendak Cooperative, we're here to provide you with all the products and services you've come to rely on for your farm operation. Please give us a call for all your fertilizer, seed, energy, and fuel needs for this year's growing season, and let us help you with all your grain marketing decisions. You can contact us today at any of our locations in Central North Dakota or visit us on the web at sendakcooperative.com. Sendak Cooperative, helping farm owners grow and succeed today and into the future.
Hi, this is James at Bassett Motors. Let's test drive a new Chevrolet together. Stack up the savings with discounts and rebates combined with 0% financing for the lowest payments of the year. See us online at BassettMotors.com or call us 701-652-2955. Or better yet, stop in and see our wide selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Where our customers send their friends.
BJ Walters and Vinny Rappel back with you at the end of one quarter. Devils Lake 26, Carrington 6. And Vinny, sometimes the numbers just don't lie. They come in, the 2 Palmers and Brodina averaging a combined 55 a game, and they've got 23 in the first quarter.
Right, they definitely have been able to do exactly what they were hoping for when they came into this game, hoping that they were going to be able to get the ball in their playmakers' hands and let them make their own plays, and that's exactly what's been happening.
Aberle comes back for Wolski. And he lost it. A steal, and Palmer will lay it in. Max Palmer with 18. It's 28-6. Rather, check that, 16. In the post, jumper, McAloney. Long, rebound, Brodina. Down by 22, Carrington. Here comes Brodina all the way, kick out, Palmer, another 3, yep. A Dactyl timeout is called by Randy Hoey. His team has seen Devils Lake go on a 21-0 run to take a 31-6 lead on the Bank Forward scoreboard. Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
This is Thor Nelson, a Minot resident and National Hockey League official for 21 years. Why officiate? Some officiate to help kids learn and respect the game. They enjoy watching kids develop in their sport and as people, and they enjoy it because it's fun. You can be an official. Call your local high school or the North Dakota High School Activities Association at 701-845-3953. A message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
31-6 Devils Lake. Cardinal basketball brought to you all season by CHI St. Alexius Health Carrington Medical Clinic. Compassionate care close to home, and by Bickett Insurance. For your free estimate on auto, farm, home, business, or life insurance, call Bickett Insurance 652-1775, located near the roundabout in Carrington. I don't want to be an alarmist in saying this, but the Devils Lake school record for threes in a game is 9. Max Palmer already has 5. That's been done twice. Once by Bo Brodina, and once by, you want to take a guess, Grant Nelson.
Well, those are definitely some big names in that category, and that would be a great accomplishment for him if he's able to pull it off.
31-6. Here's Maddox McAloney. Holding, going right side, Hayden Hoggle. And he stepped on the sideline, a turnover. I just happened to be at the game where Bo Brodina got hot. It was in Wapaton. And they drew up 4 plays for him in the fourth quarter to try and get him the record by himself, but he suddenly went cold. On the left side, it's Fee. Up top, here's Max Palmer. Right side, Mason Palmer drives the lane, kick out, Fee, 3, long, rebound, Hammond, blocked, but a foul on McAloney. His first and free throws for Hammond. So it would appear that Briar Exner is not available tonight because I actually don't see him on the bench. So, free throw is good. Look, there is some sickness going on. It is that time of year. Perhaps he's under the weather. If he is, and if he's watching, hope he gets well. Back in comes Gregory, also big, and I do mean big. Casey Brown is getting ready to check in. 6'5", junior center. He'll be in for Hammond. If this goes in, it does. And here comes big Casey Brown. It's 23 straight points for Devils Lake.
Devils Lake's definitely been controlling this game from the first seconds, and they're in control, completely in control right now.
33-6. McAloney to Wolski. Here's Mehring. Dribbling with the right hand. Gives to Aberly in the corner. Ewan up top for Wolski. Backdoor cut picked off. Mason Palmer up ahead. Deflected ball finds Max. Behind the back save, but out of bounds. And it goes back to Carrington with 6:30 to go. Second quarter, and the Firebirds up 33-6. McAloney around the screen. Dribbles and gets downhill. Maddox spins and then got tied up, and it'll go to Devils Lake on the alternating possession. Not a lot going right for the Cardinals at the moment.
Not at all. Devils Lake's in complete control, and they're able to play exactly their keys that they were hoping to get.
They look like a team who's played 2 games. I mean, it is what it is. Carrington, this is their opening game. Hayden Hagel back in for Alec Threadgold. In the corner, another 3. This one's missed by Max Palmer. Rebound, Hayden Hagel. At the other end, Wolski gets to the 10 and gets blocked away. And that was Mason Palmer. Wow. Mason drives left, kicks it to the corner. Brodina, open look 3. He's good. His first triple. 8 threes for Devils Lake. They've scored 26 in a row, and they lead by 30. Backdoor cut. Mehring's floater doesn't go. Gets it back, puts it up, missed it short. Rebound, Brown. At the other end, Mason Palmer to Max Palmer. Drives left, Max, wraparound feed. Brown is fouled and will shoot 2. And that is the second on Ewan Aberly. Second team foul of the second quarter. Casey Brown shooting 2. Takes quite a few dribbles, fires and hits. Threadgold in for the foul-stricken Aberly. The second one. Also good. 28 straight points for Devils Lake. 38-6. 5:10 mark, second quarter, bank forward scoreboard. Mehring nearly lost it. It comes to Threadgold. Here's Mehring, right side, McAloney a 3. That skips over the rim, and the rebound, we'll see a foul called on Max Palmer, his first, as he went over the top of Wolski. First team foul on Devils Lake this quarter. Wolski in the left wing corner, drives in, puts it up, missed it short, rebound, Casey Brown. Here comes Mason Palmer. Gibbs to Gregory. Taylor Gregory got the start tonight in place of Briar Exner, and a moving screen on Casey Brown, his first. And here comes Jamison Coots. 1 rebound in 2 games last year, never took a shot. He is listed at 5'10". I guess if I wanted to put 30 pounds on real quick, I could go in an athletic program. McAloney spinning right, going left side to thread goal. And a steal. Here's Mason Palmer laying it up and in. Timeout Carrington. Palmer with 7. Another Dactyl timeout. It's a full. We'll take it as well. 4:19 until the break. 40-6. Firebirds. Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Running tough, running strong. High Plains Equipment.
High Plains Equipment is your authorized Case IH dealer serving farmers around Carrington, Devils Lake, Rugby, and Harvey. When you're ready to invest in a new piece of quality Case IH equipment, their friendly, knowledgeable sales, financing, service, and parts departments will make sure your experience is outstanding. Visit highplainseq.com to connect with your local Case IH High Plains Equipment location.
40-6 and 30 in a row for Devils Lake on the main forward scoreboard. Coming up, the Central City H2O halftime report. We'll hear from Taylon Mehring. We'll have stats and scores as well, but I mean, Vinny, right now, what do you do?
I think they just got to not panic. Carrington just needs to start from scratch, and, they got to just start running plays that they've been able to work on and see if they can start getting some momentum.
It's a good start for Hillsborough Central Valley against top-ranked Kindred. They lead 11-5. I grant you that game is very early, but it's 11-5. Carrington with the basketball. Jamison Coots in for Aberly. That's the only alteration to the starting lineup that's out there. Here's McAloney. Gets trapped and lost it out of bounds. A turnover. It's the Palmers with Hammond, Gregory, and Brown out there, and B, not Brown, out there for Devils Lake. Right side, another 3. That one's good too for Max Palmer. He's got 6 of those at 22 points in the half. It's 43-6. McAloney dribbling right, gets downhill and lays it home. Mac has 4, and it's 43-8. At the other end, Mason Palmer gets a screen, gets another one. Max Palmer, corner 3, not this time. Rebound B at the putback. Cade B's first bucket, 45-8. McAloney. Here's Mehring at 28 feet. Taylon dribbles left, gets doubled, leaves for Wolski. Skip it right side. McAloney, 12 to shoot. Maddox down to a wide open Coots who spins, fades, and can't hit. Rebound out of bounds off of Devils Lake's Mason Palmer. Tate Wolski gets a little bit of a laugh on that because he knocked it off of Palmer's foot. And back in UNA Aberly. Here's Aberly for 3. Off the heel, backside rebound, Jamison Coots. Up top, Tate Wolski. Mid-post, Alec Threadgold. The double comes, he finds Coots who gets blocked by Mason Palmer. At the other end, Palmer against Wolski. Driving left, gets into the lane and got fouled, and that's 3 on Tate. And free throws for Mason Palmer. .232 left in the half. Bank forward scoreboard. The free throw is good for Mason. He's got 8. But right now, Big Brother's stealing the headlines. He's got 6 threes and 22 points in the half. Second one, also good, 47-8. Brodina checks in for Mason Palmer. Ben Brodina. Carrington with it, down by 39. It's Averly, left side. Hoggle, post entry, stolen. The other way, Gregory. Gregory drives and kicks to Hammond. Up top, Brodina all the way to get fouled by Threadgold. And Brodina shoots two. At this point, Vinny, I mean, if you are Devil's Lake, you don't want to get anybody hurt as the free throw goes down for Brodina. And
Right.
Brodina landed hard.
Right, we might be seeing some more subs rotate in, especially in the second half if the score stays like this.
Second free throw is good. It's 49-8. And Brodina has 9. Here's Mary. Dribbling right and throws it nearly away. Threadgold has his pass deflect, gets it back. Right side Hoggle. Now Mary and Averly. Back to Taylor Mary. Back for Averly, nearly picked off. Gamble is lost, and now Averly from the free throw line can't hit. Wide right. Rebound loose. Still on the floor. Still there. And a foul is called on Fee. His first. Team's third. Baseline inbound 149 of the half with Devils Lake up by 41. It's Hoggle. He's harassed well by Gregory. Gives it off to Ewan Averly. Here's Coots at the left elbow. Up top for Mary. Talon throws it out of bounds. Not a whole lot has gone right in this first half for the Cards.
Right.
And let's be honest. It's not every team whose first game of the year is going to be the toughest game of the year.
Right, it was definitely a big ask of them for this game, but now they still got a lot of game left.
Here's a pick and pop three that's long for Max Palmer, and that is saved in off Threadgold. It stays with Devils Lake. Maddox McAloney in for Hayden Hoggle. And a wide open Hammond lays it in off the inbound. He's got 4 and it's 51-8. 1:10 to play in the half. McAloney to the baseline with a floater. Air ball rebound Fee. And he has it taken away for the layup by Jamison Coots. And that is a highlight for this crowd. J-Mo gets the layup. It's 51-10. Student section loved that. Here's a three that's off the mark by Max Palmer. Rebound McAloney. Here's Averly at the other end. Leaves for Mering to pop a three. Wide right, backside rebound Fee. 4-second difference in the clocks. Here's Brodina. Right side, up top, Max Palmer. Left side for Fee. Guarded by Coots. Right side, Max Palmer. Up top for Ben Brodina to drive in and kick to Palmer. Thought about a three, didn't take it. Now he pops a three. His 7th of the half. The school record's 9, 54-10. And a near steal. Threadgold with 4. Here's McAloney an open three. Air ball, that's halftime. Well, 0.2 of a second left. It's not halftime, but it kind of is. We might see history made tonight because Max Palmer may go for the record. A couple subs are coming in, and that's halftime. We have reached the break in Carrington. And on the Bank Forward scoreboard, Devils Lake looks the part of one of the favorites to win the state championship. They lead Carrington 54-10. Central City H2O halftime report next when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Many dream of 5-star hotels and 5-star restaurants. What about 5-star treatment from your dentist? That's exactly what you'll get at Carrington Dental Care. Dr. J's and Dr. Chaz's gentle, relaxed, and friendly atmosphere will give you a full-service dental experience with 5-star customer service and care. Carrington Dental Care will give you 5-star dental treatment for the entire family. New patients are always welcome. Visit thecarringtondentist.com or call 701-652-2801.
This is Tanner from Leading Edge Equipment. We've got you covered for all your on-farm bulk oil needs. We deliver high-quality John Deere engine oil, High Guard, Cool Guard, and DEF, along with a wide selection of oil tanks and accessories. Call Scott in Michigan, Chuck in Carrington, or me, Tanner in Devils Lake. We're ready to deliver right to your farm. Leading Edge Equipment, your family-owned John Deere dealer in Michigan, Devils Lake, Hamden, and Carrington. Talk to the parts department today.
Do you want to make sure homework time isn't spent on games and video streaming? Dakota Central can help. With Experience IQ, you set limits to ensure your kids aren't playing when they should be doing homework. With premium managed Wi-Fi from Dakota Central, you can create healthier internet habits for your children from the easy-to-use Command IQ app. Learn more about premium Wi-Fi and Experience IQ today at www.dakotacentral.com.
Carrington sports fans, want to stay on top of all the local action? Catch what you missed by checking out the Foster County Independent. From game-changing plays to memorable moments, we've got you covered with the most in-depth sports coverage in town. And don't miss our stunning photo galleries that capture every thrilling moment and winning smile. For the latest scores, stories, and stunning sports shots, grab your copy of the Foster County Independent today or visit us online at fosterconews.com.
It's the Central City H2O Carrington halftime report. Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. Visit centralcityh2o.com or call 701-652-2141. They looked apart, Devils Lake. 54-10 at the half over Carrington.
They definitely had a dominant first half as they did exactly what they were hoping for. They were able to make their plays, get the ball in their playmakers' hands, and they were able to make their own shots.
Max Palmer with 7 threes and 25 points. The school record, Bo Brodina and Grant Nelson with 9 threes in a game. 9 each for Ben Brodina and Mason Palmer. They've already combined for 43 points in the first half. 4 for Alex Hammond, 3 for Tally Gregory, and 2 each for Cade Fee and Casey Brown. Carrington, 4 each for Tate Wolski and Maddox McAloney, 2 for Jamison Coots. 1 tie, no lead changes. This is the biggest lead, and when we come back in a moment, we'll hear from one of the leaders of the team, Taylon Merring. And we'll do that when Cardinal basketball in the Central City H2O Carrington halftime report continue in a moment.
Here at Old National Bank of Carrington, we prefer to be the bank of choice that helps our clients fulfill their dreams, passionately supports our communities, and invest in the growth and development of our team members. Our mission has deep roots and a trusted partner. We invest our time, heart, and expertise so that our clients and communities thrive. Come see us today at Old National Bank from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday on Main Street in Carrington.
When it's time to buy a new appliance for your home, remember DJ's Home Center. Did you know they are a locally owned business and that they have been serving this great community since 1993? DJ's Home Center services and delivers within 45 miles of Carrington, bringing you the best prices on all major brand appliances. So don't go anywhere else. Remember that DJ's Home Center is your local, low-price, best-trained appliance store. Located right by the roundabout. Go Cardinals!
Committed to serving you with compassion. Evans Funeral Home of Carrington and New Rockford. Always available with the care you require, even at the most difficult time. You can count on Evans Funeral Home to provide guidance and answers when it comes to pre-planning, finding the perfect monument or marker to honor your loved one, or for service arrangements. Contact Evans Funeral Home in New Rockford at 947-2911 or in Carrington at 652-3003.
Central City H2O of Carrington has all of your beverage, water bottle, dispenser, and vending needs covered. They serve a 15-county area and deliver to home, office, and work sites a line of water and other products. Visit CentralCityH2O.com or call 701-652-2141. Visit them on Facebook for more information about in-home and office deliveries and the products available. Hydrate your home and office. Central City H2O of Carrington. We supply the water and vending you need where you need it.
Here with Taylon Merring, and now you take over at the point guard position for your cousin. What'd you learn from Josh?
Just how to be a leader. He's a really good passer. Sees up the court, how to just find his teammates whenever they're open, drive, kick, whenever, get a shot whenever he needs to.
You're also going to be expected to, continue to score the way that you did last year.
Here with Taylon Merring, and now you take over at the point guard position for your cousin. What'd you learn from Josh?
Just how to be a leader. He's a really good passer. Sees up the court, how to just find his teammates whenever they're open, drive, kick, whenever, get a shot whenever he needs to.
You're also going to be expected to, continue to score the way that you did last year. How has your game grown in the offseason?
I would say attacking is more than just shooting this year. I want to be able to attack and shoot and pass whenever I need to my open teammates.
What do you make of the young guys so far?
They're very competitive. They're going to be very good when they're older. They're very confident.
What are your goals for this season, both individually and for the team?
I want to make a playing game, win a couple games in the regional tournament, for sure.
What about for you individually?
I don't know, make a region team maybe, I don't know.
And that is Taylon Merring.
Expect schools to produce in students so they become responsible adults and productive citizens. This has been a public service message from the North Dakota High School Activities Association and this radio station.
When you work with your local Pioneer team, you gain hardworking partners who strive to know your every acre. Doug Retzlaff is your local Pioneer Seed sales representative in Carrington. Call Doug at Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC. He will do the best to match the right product on the right acre and supply you with unparalleled choices of Pioneer Seed products treated with Lumigen brand seed treatment to protect your investment. Doug and his team also carry a complete lineup of livestock feed and minerals. Retzlaff Seed and Supply LLC in Carrington, near the roundabout.
Walters and Rappel back with you, 54-10. Devils Lake at the half. What else is going on? Glad you asked. Second quarter, Hillsborough Central Valley still leads Kindred, 23-22. Central Cass beat Grafton 88-50. In Grafton, wow. I think I'm right about Central Cass. Let me just throw that out there right now. I think I'm right about Central Cass. Right now, what else is going on? Well, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot going on tonight. So, Vinny, let's talk about the next few nights here on KDAK YouTube and on KDAK The Cardinal. Thursday night, you'll see the wrestling team here on YouTube. Both teams, in fact. It's a doubleheader against Lisbon at 5:45, and the Cardinal girls basketball team on radio in Devils Lake, and that becomes a very important region opener because I think those two teams would both tell you they've had a little bit of an uneven start.
Right, it's definitely going to be tough for Carrington coming up this week because they're going to have a challenge in front of them, and for both the girls and boys basketball team, they're going to have to find a way to come out with a win against Thompson.
That's Friday. After the girls play Thursday, it is a back-to-back for the girls. Both teams are here Friday against Thompson. Vinny will bring you the JV game. We are just not entirely sure yet which JV game is being played in this gym. I believe it's the girls, but do not quote me on that. I think it's the girls, but I'm not sure. At any rate, we will have it starting with the JV game at about 4:30. And then Cards and Tommies, I mean, we saw what Carrington did to the Thompson girls in the regional tournament despite phantom points and whatnot, which we still haven't found that point that Thompson apparently scored on an out-of-bounds play. But Carrington got that win. They beat them in Thompson by a point. Thompson came over here and played really well last year. So that's an interesting matchup.
Right, it definitely should be an interesting matchup for both teams as they're able to hopefully put on a show for us on Friday.
And then the Thompson boys, who graduated some good guys from last year's team, they'll be in here Friday as well. Carrington is first going to try and win this second half. They trail it 54-10 to Devils Lake. Thank you very much for joining us for the Central City H2O of Carrington halftime report. The second half is next when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Napa is your source for quality auto parts for your car or truck in Carrington. Let us use our Napa know-how to help you find the right battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, or other parts you need to get your job done. We also stock tools, equipment, and many other items for cars, heavy-duty trucks, marine, and farm equipment. Order your parts online or drop by today at 490 8th Street North. Call 652-3663. Your Carrington Napa Auto Parts team looks forward to serving you today.
On the field, every second counts, and when injuries happen, you need a hometown advantage. At JRMC Orthopedics, our local team offers fast access to expert care, so you don't have to travel out of town. From sprains and all the way to joint replacements, every same day, we've got you covered. The best plays start with getting back in the game. Orthopedic care that keeps you moving. It's right here. Visit jrmcnd.com to learn more.
This is Andrew Matt, a member of the Carrington High School Sources of Strength. Here's a tip on how to be kind to your mind. Practice good sleep habits, don't zone out on social media. Instead, aim for 8 hours of sleep. This message is brought to you by CHS Sources of Strength and the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition.
KDAK The Cardinal and I3G Media are proud to partner with the Carrington Area Healthy Communities Coalition to bring you these messages.
Nothing has embodied the American spirit like the family farmer. Year after year, they continue to work the land and plant their crops. Through droughts, floods, and uncertain markets, they keep that spirit alive with another crop harvested for the next generation. And for that, we tip our hats to them. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting those that protect America's food source.
In Carrington, see Randy Hoey.
Second half just about ready to go. Carrington down 54-10. And the Cardinals will have the basketball to begin the second half. Starting fives are out there for both teams. And immediately some good ball pressure, but Wolski able to get the ball into Talon Maring. Dribbles with the right hand around to McAloney's screen. Gives to Threadgold, down to McAloney, who spins. Spins again, puts it up, and missed it long. Rebound tapped out wide to Brodina. And here comes Mason Palmer. Max has 7 threes. We'll see if they're drawing up plays to get him 8, 9, and maybe 10. Up top, Gregory, skip it left side. A three for Palmer is gonna skip over the rim, rebound, Threadgold. Well, there's the answer. Yeah, they're gonna drop plays for him. At the other end, Wolski lays it in. He's got 6, 54-12. Here is Mason Palmer. Driving right, gets around his man, kick out, Max, 3, and that's number 8. He's got 28, and that's 8 threes, one off the school record in a game. 57-12. McAloney holds, still holding, and throws it to John Otis, who was a darn good player back in his day, but has no eligibility left to turn over. One of the best bigs at footwork that Randy Hoey says he's ever seen back in his day. On the left side, it's Fee. In the corner, Brodina. Here is Mason Palmer, skipping one to Max, who lost it off his hands and out of bounds. A turnover, 57-12, Devils Lake. Here's McAloney. Against Mason Palmer. Gets a high ball screen. McAloney a 3. In and out. Rebound, Threadgold. And then he had it poked free. And Mason Palmer has it. Mason leaves it for Max, who bounces it. Left side, it's Fee. Up top for Brodina. Wraparound feed. Max Palmer to tie the record. Off the front of the rim. Rebound, McAloney. Maddox the other way. McAloney stops, thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Dumps it down to Threadgold, who goes inside, puts it up, puts it in. Alec Threadgold's first basket, 57-14. B. Right side, a three for Gregory is long and taken on the run by McAloney. He's on the move left to right. McAloney all the way in, lays it home. He's got 6, 57-16. Well, the comeback has to start right now. Mason Palmer goes right side, Max. Leaves for Gregory up top, left side, B in the corner, Brodina. Brodina drives the lane, kick out towards Max at the volleyball service line. Goes right side, Brodina thought about a three. Drives in, kicks, Max Palmer to tie the record. Oh, very short. Rebound to Aberly. That was not a great shot. At the other end, it's Wolski getting downhill, spins, floats, and finishes. Tate has 8, and it's 57-18. Mason Palmer dribbles right, leaves for Gregory. Now Fee, now Max Palmer fakes a three and gives to Brodina, who drives in on Aberly, gets cut off. Basket cut by Gregory, he lays it in. Great job by Gregory. Off the ball to go to the rim, he's got 5. It's 59-18 on the Bank Forward scoreboard, 4:15 of the third quarter. Right side, Wolski down to Threadgold, who spins, puts it up, puts it in. Alec with 4, 59-20. Good to see Threadgold get going a little bit here. Mason Palmer dribbles left and gives to Fee. Here's Max Palmer to tie the record. Off the front of the rim, rebound, Ewan Aberly. Here's McAloney the other way. McAloney down the lane, floats it up, missed it wide left, rebound Mason Palmer. Mason across the timeline, up by 39. 3:35 and counting, third quarter. Palmer around a screen going left, and a foul is called on McAloney. His second, team's first. And back in comes big Casey Brown. He's in for tailing Gregory. It's Mason Palmer. Max Palmer being guarded by Talon Maring right now. Mason Palmer dribbles right, continues a drive, gets all the way, and Mason finishes and draws the fourth on Tate Wolski. Palmer a chance at a three-point play. 61-20. 3:19 of the third, and Wolski has to, well, no, he doesn't. Apparently he's not checking out. Ewan Aberly is. Free throw is good, 62-20. Vinny, they look like a state championship contender.
Right, Devils Lake has definitely been in momentum and has all the momentum on their side, and we'll see if they can keep that throughout the rest of the game.
It's Hoggle. Right side, Wolski drives in, stops, and nearly lost it. Did lose it. Mason Palmer gives to Fee, who spins and finds Mason again. Mason drives the lane, kicks out. Max to tie the record. Short, rebound Brodina. Max again to tie the record. He's got it. 9 threes for Max Palmer. That ties a school record held by Bo Brodina and Grant Nelson. And it's 65-20. McAloney a three. Pops out, rebound Brown. He throws it right side to Mason Palmer. Mason dribbles left, gives to Max. Thought about it, didn't take it. Now he dribbles left, steps into a three. It's a little long, rebound Maring. Talon almost lost it twice, got it right side to Hoggle, down low, knocked out of bounds by Brown. Back in Jamison Coots. Baseline inbound for Talon Merring. McAloney drives right, gets into the lane. Mack puts it up and in. Maddox has 8, and it's 65-22. Into the lineup has come Anthony Ironheart. Actually, a lot of reserves in, almost exclusively reserves. Down the lane, a miss by Gregory. Rebound McAloney to the other end. Mack pops short. And it comes down to Domingo Engberg, who brings it the other way and leaves for Gregory. Up top. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. I don't have an 11. Keegan Edwards. And a layup goes for Alex Hammond. He's got 6, 67-22. 1-4 high set, McAloney. Spins right, stops, leads for Coots, final minute of the third. It's Merring. Dribbling right, Talon Merring. Drives left, gets downhill, puts it up, puts it in and draws the foul. Talon Merring's first basket. Chance at a three-point play. And I think someone gave word to Coach Brodina that Max Palmer's tied the school record because he's coming back in. The foul was the first on Anthony Ironheart. So they're looking to get Max Palmer his 10th three. Free throw goes in. Merring's first 3 points, 67-25. Here's Max Palmer around a screen. He gets double. Palmer dribbles right, stops. This is for the record. Short rebound, kick out. This is also for the record, and he's got it. 10 threes in a game for Max Palmer. He's got 34. It's 70-25. Merring gets hand checked by Gregory. And now Palmer checks out. The ovation is from across the way, but honestly, what a performance by Max Palmer. 10 threes in the game, a school record. Final 10 seconds of the third. It's Talon Merring. Around a screen, Merring. Merring drives left, pops from the elbow. Short, guy's own miss, put it back up, missed again. Rebound Gregory, and that's it for the third. A record-setting night for Max Palmer. He's got 10 threes, and the Cardinals trail after threes, 70-25 on the Bank Forward scoreboard. A quick fourth quarter is next when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Rest assured that you'll be treated with the care and respect you deserve at Central Pharmacy. Conveniently located in the heart of Carrington and New Rockford, Central Pharmacy delivers the kind of attention and commitment to improving your health care that the big box stores just can't. Central Pharmacy does it all, from medical supplies to prescriptions, health and wellness concerns. Plus, we have a great selection in our gift, boutique, and decor departments. Visit us on Facebook for up-to-date info. Central Pharmacy, your one-stop in Carrington and New Rockford.
Is it time for you to switch banks? Hi, I'm Tiffany Paulson at Bank Forward in Carrington. At Bank Forward, we have everything you get from a big bank, but we're small enough to give you exceptional service. Make the switch and let us show you the Bank Forward difference. Call 652-2852 or visit bankforward.com today. Putting the customer first since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Vinny, it's not often you get to see school history made, but that's what we've gotten a chance to witness tonight.
Right, it was definitely a great accomplishment for him, and congratulations to him, as it's got to be tough to hit 10 threes in one game at least. Not a lot of basketball players can say they have.
That's exactly right. Fourth quarter will have a very much running clock. And a drive and a layup that's missed by Domingo Engberg. Rebound, Tate Wolski. Here's Wolski down the lane, puts it up short. Rebound, Threadgold, kick out. Merring, open three, in and out. Rebound, Ironheart. The other way, here comes Grayson Touche on the left side. Here's Keegan Edwards. Touche around a screen. Pops from the elbow, wedges it against the back of the rim. And here's Adrian Otis into the game. He finds Wolski, who is fouled and will shoot two. Vinny, you got to call the JV game. All we've heard about with Adrian Otis is how much potential there is and what a good ball handler he is. You kind of saw that in the JV game.
Right, he definitely showed off his ball handling skills and how he's able to run point guard for them and be an effective player.
First free throw is long.
He's definitely one of the kind of guys that I think we could see the varsity lineup next year.
Second one no good, and then a steal by Ironheart. And he will go to the other end and lay it home. It's 72-25. Maring, dribbling right, now left, and bumped by Domingo Engberg, his first. Of course, as you can see on the YouTube, running clock here in the fourth quarter, unless Carrington were to cut it to 20, which would be headline making in a different way. Here's McAloney. Straight away. McAloney holds, goes right side, Adrian Otis. To cutting Talon Maring, who has it poked free, and Ironheart comes out of there with it. The other way, here comes Touche. Gives to Ironheart, right side for Edwards. Now Engberg. Ironheart thought about a three, gets inside, lays it up too strong, rebound Tate Wolski. Otis, left side, Maring drives in, puts it up, missed it but drew the foul. He'll shoot a couple. First free throw doesn't go in, and even Vinny can't believe it. His phone drops after it doesn't go in. You know you can't get away with that in this booth, right?
Of course.
Into the game for the first time. Pretty proud moment for Coach Hoey because Radke Hoey's in the game. A seventh grader, 5'8" guard, and yes, Coach Hoey's son. Second free throw doesn't go in. Carrington's 1 for 6, or 1 for 5 at the free throw line. Not great. They trail by 47. Touche, right side, a three, splash! Grayson Touche makes it 75-25 with a triple. Under 5 to play, bank forward scoreboard. Here's Radke Hoey. Stops, spins, and gets to Adrian Otis. His big brother, Isaiah's in the game. He's trying to get it in there to him. It comes back to Adrian. And he leaves. Nope, timeout is called. It'll be a quick one. Actually, let's go ahead and take it. Let's take the Stacktel timeout with the score 75-25, and Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Reach your
Is it time?
Physical therapy in Carrington. Serving the area since 1997, we offer treatment for pain relief, vertigo, wound care, sports, and work injuries, as well as post-op and neurological rehab. Summit Physical Therapy has certified providers in dry needling, Graston, and myofascial cupping. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and in most cases, no referral required. Call us at 652-7179 to schedule an appointment today.
75-25, and now this is a young man I'm very excited about. Jace Coleman, 6'1", 8th grade forward. You get John Otis, a good big man, working with a young post player. This has the potential to develop nicely. Here's Adrian Otis. Up top for Hayden Hoggle. He drives right, gets in the lane, puts it up, puts it off the rim, and it's rebounded by Domingo Engberg. On the left side, Anthony Ironheart, a three. That's off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, and Brown is fouled by the aforementioned Jace Coleman, his first. I'm certain to get this wrong at least once. I believe Jace is Josie's cousin and Harper's little brother.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's about 50 Colemans in this town of Carrington, so I don't think I can be able to help you on that question.
The free throw goes down for Casey Brown. I think that's right. If not, someone will let me know, and that'll be okay. Second one doesn't go. Rebound, Isaiah Otis. Here's Adrian Otis. Adrian driving right, gets inside and missed it short. Rebound, Brown. Touche down the left side of the floor. Up top for Ironheart. Left wing. Spinning was Edwards, and a travel is called on Touche, a turnover. 3:30 and counting left, fourth quarter coming up in postgame. We'll hear from Coach Hoey and have final numbers. Into the lineup, 5'1" 7th grader Weston Ehrman, 5'7" 8th grader Asher McAloney, and 5'6" freshman Braden Christensen to go with Isaiah Otis and Radke Hoey. And a steal. Ironheart the other way. Takes it in on Hoey, wraparound feed. It was a good pass, but Edwards couldn't collect it. And Biddy, you can definitely say at this moment, this is the youngest lineup in Class A basketball.
I think that's exactly right. As these junior high kids, it's good for them to get these opportunities so they can be able to be better players when they're in their older years.
Asher McAloney is Coach McAloney's son and Maddox's little brother. Here's Braden Christensen. Right side, McAloney. Dribbles left, leaves for Christensen to drive the lane, and Braden Christensen's jumper is short. Isaiah Otis tried to save it to Braden Christensen. Braden kind of puts his arms skyward like, I was out of bounds, I can't touch that. And it goes back to Devil's Lake. Braden's got a proud grandpa, Rick Christensen. Dribbling left, now right is Domingo Engberg. Driving in Ironheart on Weston Ehrman. He misses the layup, gets it back, and then gets tied up by Radke Hoey. Good effort by Radke, and here comes Adrian Otis and also, again, Jace Coleman. They replace Isaiah Otis and Braden Christensen. Look, they won't all be this way because not everyone is Devil's Lake. But the Firebirds were really good, led by a record-setting night from Max Palmer tonight. Weston Ehrman has his pass go out of bounds. Let me tell you something about the student section. If Weston Ehrman scores, they're going to blow the roof off this place. Let me just tell you right now. On the left side, driving in Engberg to lay it up and in. 78-25. Domingo Engberg. Here's Adrian Otis. Backdoor cut towards Radke, who he took a deflection. It'll stay at this end. Final minute of play. Cardinals will be 0-1, 0-2 in region play. And they'll play Thompson Friday night here in a single counter rather than the double counter that tonight is. Radke Hoey up top. Asher McAloney a three. Off the front of the rim, rebound Jace Coleman. Back up too strong. Rebound loose, comes down to Adrian Otis. Spins, leads for Radke Hoey a three. Off the front of the rim, taken in by Brown. And here comes Devil's Lake, their final meaningful possession of the night. Nope, shot clock's off. They're not even gonna bother. Driving right, getting downhill and laying it home is Edwards. His first basket, 80-25. Adrian Otis in the final quarter minute. Otis dribbles left, stops, goes left side. Radke Hoey in the paint. Has it taken away from him, and that'll do it. Devils Lake's really good, guys. I mean, really good. They win it tonight 80-25. And our post-game report is next when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Guard Dental in Carrington has your smile on the mind. Guard Dental specializes in orthodontics, cosmetic dentistry, teeth whitening, dental crowns and bridges, dental veneers, dental implants, general and family dentistry, root canals, clear aligner orthodontics, sedation dentistry, dentures, lasers, TMJ therapy, and wisdom teeth removal. Call Guard Dental today for family dentistry and beyond. Guard Dental in Carrington, 701-652-2300. Guard Dental wishes good luck to the Carrington Cardinals in the region.
Your first car. It may have been a fixer-upper, but you treated it right. It was your own. That's how Showplace Cabinetry approaches each crafted piece. We deliver it to you with care, because it's our own. Central City Lumber can help you choose the design of your dreams. Give them a test drive. This American-made cabinetry is adaptable to your unique style and built with pride. Every single piece is back for a lifetime. Bet you wish you had that deal on your car. Stop in at Central City Lumber of Carrington, and let's build a beautiful kitchen or bath that really turns heads.
Life is about moments, big or small, joyful or challenging. At Carrington Health Center, we believe everyone in our community deserves compassionate care close to home, so you can focus on enjoying those moments surrounded by the people you love. At our facility, we put the care in
physical therapy,
radiology,
the acute care clinic.
We're back in Carrington. The final count 80-25 Devils Lake with Vinny Rappel, BJ Walters with you. And let's pause 10 for ID on the voice of the Cardinals.
The Cardinal is AM 1600 KDAK Carrington and FM 100.1 K261EW Carrington. Locally owned and operated by I3G Media.
Walters and Rappel back with you. Let's give you the scoring summary here as Carrington drops it 80-25. The story of the night, Max Palmer, a school record 10 threes. He scored 34 points, 12 for Mason Palmer. You're not going to believe this, Vinny. 12 for Mason Palmer, 9 for Ben Brodina. How many points is that? It's 55, which is what those three average per game. Yep. 6 for Alex Hammond, 5 for Taylon Gregory, 3 each for Trayson Touche and Casey Brown, 2 each for Cade Fee, Domingo Engberg, Keegan Edwards, and Anthony Ironheart. For Carrington, 8 each. Tate Wolski and Maddox McAloney, 4 for Alec Threadgold, 3 for Taylon Maring, 2 for Jamison Coots. One tie, it was at 2-2. No lead changes, and this is the biggest lead of the game. 80-25, Devils Lake gets the win. They're 3-0, 2-0 in Region 2A play. Carrington is 0-1, 0-2 in Region 2A play. And after this 30-second break, we'll be joined by Randy Hoey when Cardinal basketball continues in a moment.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 4 great reasons are Dr. Bone, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Janko, and now introducing Dr. Jordan Thomas, 4 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and more. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
We're back in Carrington. The Cardinals drop it on opening night to Devils Lake 80-25. We're joined by head coach Randy Hoey. And look, there was so much pitted against your team before we even get to the gym today. They've got 2 games under their belt. Their aspiration is right the wrong of the second half against Kindred and win a state championship. You're trying to develop a team. They're not all going to be that way, and that's okay, because Devils Lake is really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They're like I told the guys after the game, I said, they're one of the best teams in the state for a reason, because they are. And, they did a lot of right things. They play very, very tough physical defense. When we talk in the pregame, you talked about, you see us playing defense a lot in practices, because that's what win games right there. So we need to get to that intensity. We need to play to that physicality, and slowly we're going to get there.
They hit 14 threes. Max Palmer breaks the school record with 10. I mean, when a team is shooting it like that, you do what you can, but my gosh, they were getting shots.
Yeah, no, and, we need to do a better job, too, getting our hands up in the face of shooters. I mean, there was a couple times I thought that we had our hands up on him, and he missed some shots. There was a lot of times he was wide open, though, when he was knocking those threes down, too. So, we missed some assignments. But like I said, we just got to keep working. We just got to keep going day by day and get better.
Now, one of the things that we did see that you talked to us about in pregame is when you were able to get the ball and go, it looks really good. You can tell you guys have been working on that.
Yeah, no, it was that was fantastic to see. Early in the second half when we were able to push the tempo, not necessarily push the tempo, but push the ball ahead and in transition, and but we got some rebounds out of that and stuff like that too. It all starts on the defensive end, and we were able to push the ball ahead, and we were able to get some baskets that way, and that's something that we're going to have to continue to try to get day in and day out.
I know that's not necessarily the circumstance you want it to happen in, but how cool was it to tap your son on the shoulder and say you're going in a varsity basketball game?
Yeah, you're right, though. It wasn't the circumstance we were hoping to go in on. But, it was great to see some of those young guys out there. They play hard. They're totally outmatched and outsized. But it's fun seeing them compete, and, that's how we got to keep building this thing, too, is, we just got to keep building and competing every single day.
And the next opportunity comes Friday against Thompson. You look at Thompson's team, and it's not a disrespect to them, but it's not going to be like what you saw tonight, and that's a winnable game.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's exactly what I told the guys after the game. I said, Friday is a winnable game. I mean, us as a coaching staff, we went to Thompson last night and watched them play Mayport, and we walked away from there thinking there's no reason we can't compete and try to win this game, and come away with a W. So they are not Devil's Lake, that is for sure. They're not going to light us up for 14 threes. I hope not anyway. And, but you're right. I said we need to regroup. It starts tomorrow in practice, and we need to forget about this one, and we need to move on because we have a big game Friday night.
All right, so first game as head coach. I know scoreboard aside, in the macro, what'd you make of it?
It was good. I thought early in the game when we had some intensity and we were getting some stops when they worked in transition. But it all started turnovers. We turned the ball over. I don't even want to know how many times, to be honest. There was a lot. But, when we were and had a good environment, it was fun. Early in the game, the crowd was into it, and it was fun. It was a blast, and, I wish we could have sustained that for the kids. And but we're going to keep working, and we're going to get there.
Well, Coach, we'll see you Friday. Thanks for doing this.
All right, thanks, BJ.
Cardinal head coach Randy Hoey joining us in postgame. We'll take one final break. Vinny and I will wrap it up in just a moment when Cardinal basketball continues after this.
On the field, every second counts, and when injuries happen, you need a hometown advantage. At JRMC Orthopedics, our local team offers fast access to expert care, so you don't have to travel out of town. From sprains and all the way to joint replacements, every same day, we've got you covered. The best plays start with getting back in the game. Orthopedic care that keeps you moving. It's right here. Visit jrmcnd.com to learn more.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Head on over to Headlocks of Carrington for some great deals after the Cardinals game. If you and your friends come in sporting any Cardinals gear, you'll not only receive the friendliest service around, but also special discounts. Ask for more details and visit us on Facebook for all of our happenings.
The fun is always on tap. I'm heading to Headlocks. Headlocks. Headlocks.
Headlocks. Carrington.
We're back in Carrington as the Cardinals drop their opening night affair to the Devil's Lake Firebirds 80-25. BJ Walters, Vinny Rappelback wrapping it up. Vinny, the most important thing I think that Coach Huey said is right.
Right.
Forget about it. Move on to Thompson because you are not going to see a team that good the rest of the year. And this is the only time you see them. That's it. Move on.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think that's the right mentality to have is take the goods and bads from this game and work them into your practice this week. And then besides that, this game's in the history, and now they got to focus on the next game coming up.
And the next game is Thompson. And, I watched a little bit of that game this morning, that Thompson-Mayport CG game. They're not incredibly physical. They're not as big as they were last year. And they're certainly not going to get after it from the three-point line the way Devil's Lake does. So Friday night is a chance to get a win. Keep in mind, since the introduction of three-class basketball, Carrington has not won a region game in boys basketball. They have a chance to Friday.
Absolutely. They should have a great chance to win that game, and I think if they play to their strengths and they end up starting the game early with a lot of momentum on their side, I think they're going to be able to walk out with that with a win.
A word on Max Palmer tonight.
Max Palmer, he definitely had a great showcase tonight as he was able to put on a show and break that record. And I think he's going to be a great player moving on to the rest of the season. He's got some high goals that he can achieve.
How on earth did Red River hold that kid to 4 points? I don't know how that happened. What were your takeaways from Carrington from their perspective tonight?
I would say that they definitely got a lot of work on, a lot to improve on, but I think it was a good game to get their feet wet and show them how they're going to be able to operate as they move forward with these games coming up.
They're back at it Friday. They'll play after the girls. Vinny and I will have the entire doubleheader. In fact, we're really making Vinny work that day. He's got the JV game in this gym as well Friday. So poor Vinny's really getting put to work, but that's okay. Vinny will be here Thursday with Kyle Hewitt as Carrington has a doubleheader of wrestling against the Lisbon Broncos. Meanwhile, Carrington girls basketball is in Devil's Lake to open Region 2 play against the Firebirds. Now, we've all seen the forecast for Thursday. It does not look good. You already know this, but stick with newsdakota.com. Stick with us on KDAK The Cardinal. We'll let you know if anything changes. Our great thanks to our entire crew here in Carrington, Superintendent Janelle Helm, Athletics Director Carla Michelson, and High School Principal Connor Weber. Now speaking on behalf of them and our entire KDAK The Cardinal crew, including Vinny Rappel, my name is BJ Walters. They're the real deal, folks, and I mean the Devil's Lake Firebirds. They win it 80-25 tonight in the East Gym. Until Thursday night from either, for me, Devil's Lake, or from here for Vinny, where you can watch that wrestling duel. Good night from the Central City.
Carrington Cardinal basketball has been brought to you by Guard Dental, Central City Lumber, CHI, St. Alexius Carrington Medical Clinic, Professional Eye Care Centers, Carrington Drug, Headlocks, Arrowwood Prairie Co-op, Beckett Insurance, Sendak, Facette Motors, Bank Forward in Carrington, High Plains Equipment, Carrington Dental Care, Leading Edge Equipment, Dakota Central, Old National Bank, DJ's Home Center, Evans Funeral Home, Farmers Union Insurance, Randy Hoey Agent, Retzlaff Seed and Supply, Napa Auto Parts, Jamestown Regional Medical Center, the Carrington Healthy Communities Coalition, Central Pharmacy, Central City H2O Plus, and Summit Physical Therapy. The proceeding has been a presentation of I3G Media Sports on 1600 100.1 The Cardinal.